talking about, we are in the long section of the second half of Time and the Gods by Lord Dunsany. And this is the Journey of the King, is what this section is called. And we've gotten into the Journey of the King, or a Journey of the King, in this third section, where Oberon says, like, what is the road that I will take to get to basically the other side of the shore after death, and what princes and kings and stuff like that will meet along the way. And instead, the prophet Monith talks about how you rode down a beggar called Yeb, and that beggar is taking this long, torturous, like nearly infinite road, it seems, around on his travels to whatever that other shore is. And the king's like, well, why are you telling me about this? It's like, well, I'm telling you about this because you have to follow his path. And he's going to take this path, and it's going to be a long, circuitous route, which will finally take him back to Earth, where he's going to reincarnate as you. And you will ride him down. You as you without the soul will ride him down, and it's just this unending. It seems like goddamn, it's another one of these unending things. And what's the ending of this weary quest? And tell me where it shall be. And as a man looks across great lakes, I've gazed into the days to be, and as the great flies come upon four wings of gauze to skim over blue waters, so have my dreams come sailing two by two. I dreamed that King Elbelon, whose soul was not thy soul, stood in his palace at a time far hence, and beggars thronged the streets outside. Among them was Yeb, a beggar having thy soul. And it was on the morning of a festival, and the king came robed in white with all his prophets and seers and magicians, all down the marble steps to bless the land and all that stood therein as far as the purple hills, because it was the morning of the festival. And as the king raised up his hands over the beggars' heads to bless the fields and rivers and all that stood within, I dreamed that the quest was ended. So far, far hence, finally, the king part of you will not be riding down beggars, but will actually be blessing beggars, and that's when the quest will end. All knowledge is with the king, of course, is his final little subservient yet also passive-aggressive thing. I'm really wondering if Lord Dunsany is got a lot more to do with Brjs than he has with fantasy, or it's that kind of literary fantasy of I can see Brjs really loving Lord Dunsany tales and being influenced by it, because there's this just wonderful hermetically sealed, intricately designed puzzle pieces that seem to be Dunsany's delight at this point, and how they confuse and perplex me and kind of capture some sort of the mystery and inexplicableness of life and of life past gods. It's interesting, like, this is all kind of a mythos that he's creating, but it feels very modern in a way that I'm surprised to see. Like, this, while it's using all this high elevated language, it does feel like modern lit. It feels like Brjs. It's got a very modern tinge to it, and a modern cynicism and a modern skepticism of being able to find ultimate meaning in it, which is interesting. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this third section of this third part of part 2, The Journey of the King by Lord Dunsany, for 71%.